Oh, it looks a lot better. Still a little creepy, but a lot better. A scary kids movie. Something about that sentence. Generic Control in the Dakus. We're back with another Odd Ones Out reaction. Today we have a follow-up to last week's video, which was the movie that was too scary for baby James, or whatever that title was. It was a long title. It was basically his video about the, I believe, Dark Crystal, which is actually a movie that I've known of. It wasn't the first time ever hearing about it. I actually saw the beginning part of it, watching it with a friend. You know, check my reaction to last week's video, however. I'll leave it right up there. It was also the longest Odd Ones Out video I've actually ever reacted to, and I actually really enjoyed that video. But this one's going to be a little bit shorter. I have no idea why there's 3 videos on my screen from Dwayne and Jazz, considering I've never watched a single one of their videos or clicked on them or searched for them literally ever. So I'm not sure why there's 3 of them on my screen when I search Odd Ones Out movies, just because for some reason YouTube's search bar is really weird on console ever since our last update. No idea. Let me know what the next Odd Ones Out reaction should be down in the comment section. I do read every single one of your comments. Also, shout out to the patrons. They get the videos day early. Lobbs don't have a paywall channel. Could not do this if it was not for them. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and hopefully I make it a tiny little bit better. Also, if you enjoyed the video, you can subscribe. I'm trying to get 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'm gonna need all the help I can get. So if you're not already subscribed, I know like over 70% of you are not, but I'm excited to jump in this. I hope you are as well. It only has 25 million views. I say that, which is more views than I think I have ever no, wait, I think I might have more than 25 million views total. Yeah, I have more than 25 million views in my YouTube career. Yeah, that's a lot. My entire career, one new video that apparently did bad, based off of his other ones. But let's go ahead and jump on into it. All right, May 27th, 2017.
Publish. A 23-minute-long movie review about an 80s
last
puppet
week's.
movie sure is different than the
Comments,
content
or
I usually
description.
post. And even though it was a lot of work, it was fun to try something new, and I think the video turned out pretty good. Am I right, Chamberlain Funko Pop? Well, it's a good thing I'll never, ever have to worry about this franchise ever again.
Netflix.
Are you sure about
Who canceled
that?
it?
When I made a review about a cult classic puppet movie that came out
really a cult
35
classic?
years ago, the last thing I was expecting was that said franchise would get a reboot announced 2 weeks after I posted.
Really?
And every single day since then, people have been tweeting at me saying, "Hey James, did you know Netflix is making a Dark Crystal series?"
Every single time
Yes,
there's anything.
I know. Do you know who you're talking to? If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about,
Apparently
then I
got
recommend
canceled.
you watch my video, The Movie That Was Too Scary for Baby James. In
Which
that
was
video,
last
I
week's video I
reviewed a
did.
scary kids movie called
Scary
Dark
kids
Crystal.
movie. Something about that
The movie was more or
sentence.
less a passion project of Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, and so this movie was
Never
done
seen 'em.
entirely with puppets. It came out
I had
before
actually
I was
seen
born,
clips of the
but
Dark
I still
Crystal,
somehow
but
watched
none
it
of the
and got
Muppets.
scarred for life. In my review, I said some good
Explains
things
a
about
lot.
the movie, like I thought it was a very creative and artistic film, but I also said some negative things about it too. As YouTubers, sometimes we forget that our videos are public and can be viewed by anyone. And when we talk about companies, we can forget that real people are attached to those properties who have poured hundreds of hours into these projects. And there's a chance they'll see our videos.
And get angry.
Unbeknownst to me, Lisa Henson, current CEO of the Henson Company, saw my video.
And said what?
And for some reason, I never
Spooky puppets
considered
scare
that
me.
was ever going to happen.
That's
If I had
crazy,
known
though.
that Lisa frickin' Henson was going to watch my video, I probably would have worded a few things differently.
But no, I gotta be
don't think
genuine.
She was too mad at my video though, because she invited me to tour the Henson office, and I got to see a real-life Skeksis puppet, which resurfaced an unhealthy amount of repressed memories, and I got to meet some of the puppeteers, which was a whole lot of fun. Also, before Age of Resistance was released, I got contacted by Netflix, and they invited me and some other Dark Crystal fans to an early screening of the first 2 episodes, and I signed a non-disclosure agreement so I couldn't spoil anything. I don't remember when that NDA said I was allowed to talk about it again, but hopefully I'm in the clear. When I was in the early screening, I just remember thinking about how cool that these characters in this world were back on the big screen.
Oh, it looks a lot better.
Netflix
Still a little
has
creepy,
pretty
but
big
a lot
screen,
better.
and the puppetry and cinematography have only gotten better.
Yeah, the effects are much
better.
better.
And the fact that 95% of everything was done with practical effects and puppets, it's beautiful.
Wait, really?
There's not
It wasn't
a
even
single
CGI?
human in this series, except in episode 10 when this puppeteer's head can be seen for a couple frames. I just checked and they actually took it out, so
It's a
I still
Starbucks cup
saw
all
it.
over again from
So
Game of
much
Thrones.
time and care and hard work was put into this series that there was a documentary made about how hard it was to make this series. If any of you are
Really?
wondering, no, Rayunip does not make an appearance in Age of Resistance, nor is there a naked baby Jen puppet. Also,
probably
if
a good
you're
thing.
worried that the show wasn't going to be as dark and scary as the original,
It probably was.
don't worry. It's darker and scarier than the original.
It's darker?
The Netflix family Twitter account was nice enough to timestamp every scary part in the series, and as you can see,
Oh, that's cool.
stuff goes down in episode 10. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
though, they didn't blacklist
Stuff
the
goes
scene of the Skeksis peeing out of 3 different pee streams in episode 6 at 28 minutes and 41 seconds.
In the morning, guys, you know,
Really makes
you
you
know the
think.
feeling.
So, artistically, this series is beautiful, and it needs to do well because it's left open for a season 2, and I want a season 2 to get greenlit. I'm
Did
not
it?
going to do a plot summary of the whole thing like I did in the first review because I don't want this video to be an hour long, and
Yeah.
you should watch it for yourself. I'm not just going to do everything for you.
Why
I'm not
not?
your mom. But there are some things you should know before you go watching the series. This is kinda spoilery, but I won't spoil that much.
That
So this
much.
alien planet is home to these creatures called Gelflings. They can share
Okay,
memories
they
with
can
each
fly.
other by
Some of
holding
them can.
hands, and the girl Gelflings have wings. There's
Oh.
also this other creature called Agura, who's been around since the beginning of the world. She's basically Yoda's sassy grandma. And then
I've never
out of
seen Star
nowhere,
Wars,
these
so.
tree aliens visit. Stay with me here.
They break
and
the
they
crystal?
crack this
Yep.
very important crystal, and in doing so, they split into 2 different creatures. Their goodness becomes this thing called a mystic, who are dumb, and their bad side
Dumb.
become these cool bird monsters called Skeksis, and then the
Which is
Skeksis took
pretty
over the
close to the
entire world,
original.
so whoops. None of this is explained in the original movie, and it's not explained in the series until episode 7, but I think that the tree alien backstory should have started the series.
Probably.
Which is why I just spoiled it for you. The original 90-minute film already had so much lore, and this new Netflix reboot just added even more lore? There's even a character
Talk to Matt
named
Pat.
Lore? How much lore is there? Speaking of
FNAF?
names, there are a lot of made-up words in this series, and sometimes those made-up words are hard to remember. Within the
Oh,
first
fair.
minute of Age of Resistance, the narrator tells us that there are 7 clans of Gelfling, but then only names 3 because there are only 3 important ones that we should care
That's
about.
before
I don't even know the
irrelevant.
names
They
of
don't
the other
exact-
4
they don't
clans,
actually exist.
and I'm like a Dark Crystal aficionado. Also, there are like 10 evil bird monsters, all with names like Skekso, Skeksil, Skektek, and Shrek.
And
Granted,
Shrek?
most of the time they go
They're
by
gonna
more
come up with a
common
Shrek
names
movie, I
like
bet.
Chamberlain or the Emperor, but gosh dang it, I can't even remember some of those names. That's the pussy one, and that's the one that made that weird face in the original movie, and that's the one whose voice does not sound like a Skeksis at all.
Now, what vexes you,
It really doesn't.
child?
Another thing you should know is that I thought this series
Dark
was
Crystal.
pretty slow. Maybe it's because I'm impatient or I'm used to watching YouTube videos at 2 times speeds exclusively, but do you
Why?
remember in the original movie how there was a scene where the Skeksis ate dinner for 2 whole minutes, and visually it was amazing, but the whole time you're thinking, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, where they're
There are a
eating.
lot of scenes like that in the series. Let's take the beginning of episode 2, for example. It starts with a character we've never seen before waking up
Okay.
and putting on his shoes and making porridge
Never had porridge. Never had
and
oatmeal.
then spilling the porridge on his shirt,
What's the difference between porridge and oatmeal?
Brushing his
Is
hair.
it like grits? Never had grits either.
then roughing it up
I can't do that.
and
There's product
grabbing
in
his
my hair.
cleaning supplies. And it's just a whole minute
is
of this
video number
unnamed character getting
7
ready for his day.
today?
It's just so poor. Just cut it, please. And it wouldn't be that bad if this was the only example, but trust me, there are plenty of examples. I
Skeksis?
just don't want to spoil any of them for you. Turning a 90-minute movie
Well,
into
I
a
don't think
9-hour
we got
TV
another
series,
season
you're
or
going to
something.
have some filler or some scenes that
Oh,
don't
beach
necessarily
episodes.
drive the plot forward. I get that. Luckily, I found this Chrome plugin that lets you watch Netflix at 2 times speed, so
Really?
It's all good.
making this
Does he
video
actually
has got me
watch stuff
thinking
at 2
about
times
prequels
speed?
and how tricky they are to do right. In the original
So
movie,
it's Star
there are only
Wars.
2 Gelflings left in the entire world. So a prequel that sets up a world with 7 different Gelfling clans, we as an audience
like
know
10
that something's
per?
going to happen, and it ain't going to look good for the Gelfling. The series
Oh.
also added this MacGuffin Halo sword looking thing that was supposed to save the world, but the whole time watching that, I kept thinking, no.
No.
That's not how the world is
It's
saved.
the
The world's
sword.
not saved
It's
until
the
1982. Also, there are certain characters that we know can't die because they're in the original movie.
True.
But boy, does this show make you think some OG characters are gonna die. It
gun.
almost makes me wish that the writers used the
That's
80s
just
Dark
birds with a
Crystal movie
gun.
as inspiration and rebooted this series in its own separate universe. Movie reviewers tend to focus a lot on the negatives.
Disappointed
and I
Doug?
don't wanna
That's
come off
nostalgia
as a
critic.
hater because I really did enjoy this series and I want a season 2 to get made. So let's end this
don't know
video
if
with
they
some
got
of
a
the
season
things
2.
I liked about this series. I like that
Did
we
they get
got
a
to see the
season 3?
Skeksis with more personality because they were always so over-the-top evil. The Hunter
Over the
Skeksis
top.
was just on a whole new level of cool. All the other Skeksis never came
Hunter?
across as threatening. Like look how slow they walk. I could beat them
I'm
up.
gonna look up
But
what
the
a Hunter
Skeksis,
Skeksis.
oh man, he was awesome. Do you think
I need
he'll be
to-
my friend? I like
I
that
need
the
to look
series
it up
didn't
after the
tone
video,
down the
okay?
darkness, and if anything, they amplified it. Because
Just stay tuned
everyone
until the
like
video
me should
ends.
have a deep-seated
See
fear
what
of
that
puppets.
looks like.
There are some great
Puppets?
nods to the original
the
Dark
FNAF puppet,
Crystal.
I hate that
like
thing.
when the Emperor Skeksis says, I will never be dust! But we all know that's the very first thing he does in the original
Is
movie.
turn to
Celadon
dust.
is a piece of garbage and does not deserve a redemption arc. The voice
okay.
acting is amazing. There are a lot of talented people voicing these
Who?
characters.
Do we know any of them?
Like Luke Skywalker. A YouTuber named Barnaby Dixon, who made these very cool mantis finger puppets, got to work on a scene where the puppets put on a mini puppet show. And that was everything I liked about Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. So, in conclusion, if you have 9 hours of free time,
9
download
hour-
the video speed controller
Bro,
plugin,
I don't
set
even
that bad
get
boy
to
2,
sleep.
and save yourself 4.5 hours. But do watch Age of Resistance.
4 hours.
Also,
I
executives,
don't get to sleep.
if you still need someone to play Rayunip,
Right.
hello. Hey.
But they didn't do it.
Good morning, everyone. If you're wondering if this is a sponsored video, it's not. I just thought it was very weird that I made a video about a movie that came out 35 years ago, and then a year later Netflix rebooted it. Isn't that just a
That's kinda crazy.
world we live in? What? And also, I wasn't exaggerating when I said people would tweet me this news every single day.
Yeah.
I know, guys. You can stop telling me.
Every
I hope you're
time
all
there's
having a good
anything
holiday. And speaking of
for
holidays,
Hello
I
Boss
just wanted
has
to
been
remind
to tell
everyone that there's some
anything like
holiday
that, me and
deals going
Kirby
on
get
in the merch
blown
store,
up.
and you should order them soon so you could get them before Christmas. But if you weren't fast enough, then don't worry, because
Fast
there's
enough.
other Odd Ones Out merch at Target and Five Below and Hot Topic.
Oh, yeah, he's
and
made
I
it,
don't know
made
if they're
it.
in select Targets or something, because
He's made it,
they're
made
not
it.
in mine. But I've had people
His
tweet at
game's
me
sold in
saying that they
Walmart.
found my
That's where I bought it.
mini ploosh heads. So the reason this video took almost 2 months to make is because I've been working on a second book. Woo! It won't
He
be
also has a
available
movie, I think.
until late March. That is, if I can reach all my deadlines. So we'll see. But you can pre-order
has
it through
money,
the link in the
money.
description below.
All
Anyways,
these-
thank you so
all
much
this
for
marketing
watching this
stuff,
advertisement
like-
about the Dark Crystal. Everyone say
And a
thank
movie
you to
and
the
book?
team for working on this video, and wear your seatbelt.
Oh yeah, he's like a whole company now. Now I need to look up what a Hunter Skeksis looks like. Also, it's after midnight now. Yay! But this is the last video I'm recording. Thankfully, Hunter Skeksis. It is the third option. Okay. I didn't actually type in Skeksis. I typed in Hunter and then SKE, and that's what. Whoa. That's dope. That's cool. That maybe could be kind of reminds you of what a Digimon would look like. Kind of looks like something out of an anime almost, or a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. That's dope. I like that. With the exposed bone on the face, is that a helmet or is that its actual bone? I don't know. Looks really cool. He was very cool about, very right about it, wearing the leather jacket and whatnot. Let me know what the next Odd Ones Out video should be down in the comment section of this video. Like I said, I read every single one of your comments. And I hope I was going to make your day a tiny little bit better. I don't think they got a season 2. I think people were talking about that in the comment section last video. I read so many comments. Some stuff completely just goes over my head. Also, last week's video went live on Tuesday. I was on 3 hours of sleep. I went to sleep at midnight, woke up at 3 a.m., went to the airport, got on a 5:30 a.m. plane, flew down to Miami, landed there at 7:30, went to South Beach, got breakfast, spent the day in Miami, caught a plane at 8 o'clock p.m., flew back to Raleigh, and then went back to my friend's place, and then grabbed my stuff, and then drove the hour home. And then I came home and worked out and read comments from the 3 videos that went live on Tuesday. So my brain was mush. 3 hours of sleep, 12 hours in Miami, like 5 hours in a plane, and 2 hours of driving. It was a crazy day. After a weekend in Nashville with 6-hour car rides, either coming and going. I have no idea. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. But until next video, take care and keep the music.